Right, we've got a problem. Like, not really a problem, but it is a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem, right? Okay. So, problem we've got is that when we installed the water pump system and all the water systems in the van, we put in the gauges up here for the water. We put gauges for the gas, electric, put in gauges for the thing, the inverter, right? So we put in gauges for the inverter. We put in gauges. We put in switch for the inverter. Oh my god, we just need to start all this over again. Jeez. For the inverter, we put solar panel controller charger in. We put the actual charger that plugs into the mains in. One thing we never done, and we've realised this now, when we run low on water, the actual pump keeps going on. So it's like, so that's the problem. When the pump is running in the van, we didn't put a cut-off switch. We didn't put a physical switch anywhere in the van to stop the pump, because we thought we'll always have water in there. But you don't. You run out of water. We've now got to fit a switch to the water. Let me show you where I want it to go. So we've got this control panel here. It kind of makes sense with the water level there, with the gas level and everything else on there, to have the switch on here. So we're going to probably put the switch here. Just a small on and off switch going to the power for the actual pump, that we can switch it on and off, and if it just to save it burning out. So we've got to get a cable from this panel here right the way down through the back, sort of along here, through the back of the garage. Once we get into the garage, it's going to be pretty simple, because we can just go along the walls and we can tidy it up and connect it to the pump. But getting it from here down there is going to be the tricky bit. Right, now we got the panel off. The panel will literally just, voila, sit there like that. So we got to see if we can get a cable in there, down, all the way down there, and somewhere under here. And that's your job, because you're little. I'm not.
I'm not little. I am huge.
Right, so that should be the interesting bit. There is a void down the back, and we found a hole in the actual wall of the van going through this cupboard. We're going to try and get the cable down while Emma looks with the big flashy torch.
Not ready.
And I'm going to try and feed the cable down and see if we can get it coming up to the hole. I'm trying to find a needle in a haystack. We can't seem to get the cable down in the channel because the cable is kinking in the channel. So with a bit of fishing braid and some nuts, we've just braided that on the nuts. We're going to put it in the hole and hopefully drop it down the channel to Emma. Right, so we made a hole in the actual side wall there. We put our braided line through there, which you can see going through, and then what's happened is that braided line has now gone with the nuts on, has gone right the way down here and has come out through there in one of them little holes. Now it's behind the hole, so Emma's going to go fishing, aren't you?
I am.
So Emma's trying to fish around in the hole to get the actual cable, which it looks like she's got.
No.
No, she will get it though.
Can you move the cable? Just so it swings like before.
What have you got, Em?
I have some fishing wire With some nuts on. Courtesy of Pokey Stick.
So you've come in the van, you're on your back and you've got nuts?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Hey! Boo! Right, so we've got our line with our braid and our wire, and what we're going to do now is just going to use the actual braid and pull it up through the actual channel.
Got it.
We got it.
Woohoo!
We have a cable. We got the cable through. We need to drill a hole in there, put a switch on it, then run the cable all the way back to the pump, which is in the back. First of all, we'll get a switch on here and get this end wired up and soldered up and all tidied up. Then we can...
What? You make a mess everywhere.
Oh. We'll get a switch in there and tidy it up so I don't get shouted at again.
Stop making a mess. Don't.
There we go, nice clean hole. Do like a nice clean hole.
Carry on.
Right, so just to connect these up, it's going to be dead simple. We're just going to cut the cable. Right, so we've got our two cables. We're going to give them a good twist. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the heat shrink solder connections on the cables. So we're just going to take our solder connections, take our other cables, and just wrap them round a couple of times, like that. Take our trusty Lexicon heat gun. Trusty Lexicon heat gun, and then just give it a gentle heat. Make sure it's all even. Once that's all done, I'm just going to cover the lot with another piece of heat shrink just to finish it all off. Right, now that's all tidy. We've got the switch on the end, which is there. That can all go in the hole. Get that in there.
Do you like filling a hole?
Is that level? I do love jamming it in a hole. To do this properly, I really need to get the bikes out, to get the panel that the water pumps out on, go behind the panel where the actual electrics connects to the water pump, which is there, and then wire it into the back of the water pump so the switch is there and it's, you know, after the actual fuse. Don't forget it's fused there and it's also fused in the circuit box as well, so it's double fused. So there's not going to be a problem with having a switch on there, but I would like, rather than tapping into the cables, I would like to come straight in behind there, keep all the cables tidy so there's still just two cables coming through and it's all switched and connected up behind it. So need to get all this out. We've got all that out, get the bikes out, get the panel off where the pump and the accumulator's on, and then go from there. I don't know how much you can see, but the cables go in there for the pump, and then there's the pump there. But we're just going to marry into the cables that go into the pump and get them all connected up to this black wire that we've pulled through, which you can't see because the lighting is absolutely terrible, so we'd apologise. Get that all in and then test the switch. We've got all the cables in behind there. We've actually paired into this one cable, the mains cable, to the switch. The switch is now in the off position. So if I just take this and Emma runs inside and turns it on. So this is all now basically wired up to a switch in the van. So if Emma turns the switch on now you can faintly hear the pump going. Okay, off. So something we never thought of when we actually started building the van was to have this on a switch. There we go, we're all happy. Now we don't have to listen to the water pump going
What's this?
I've got nothing else to say, so bye. You know what I mean? Whatever you do, do it well. And she's still yet to do the floor in the transit.
It's been a little bit cold and wet.
I actually got physical sweat on me head. Physical sweat.
How tiny is it a bit though? I built this whole van.
Bye.
And you just stood
Bye.
and
Just
watched me.
shut up. Wow.
Oh.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Watch that step.
If I had fell then.